All right, it always seems like Brian Kelly is stirring up headlines down in Baton Rouge. The LSU headman speaking candidly with local news affiliate WAFB about the Tigers' lack of success in the transfer portal this spring. They failed to land top defensive talent for their defensive line, a defensive as a whole that has struggled mightily since Kelly took over a few seasons ago. They've been pretty much awful, honestly abysmal unit. And this is a university that's known for putting out elite NFL defensive talent, but he had something to blame, not really embracing the new model of college football. We all know it's a new era of college football, the NIL Wild West, and he seems like he is not a fan. He is not all in on it, kind of lukewarm on the entire situation. But I'm just going to let you hear for yourself what he had to say.
So the D-line, interior D lineman, where are you right now with that?
Well, I think I made it pretty clear in a number of the press conferences that I had that we were in the market in recruiting in the transfer portal looking for defensive linemen. It hasn't fared very well, quite frankly, because we're selling something a little bit differently, and that is we want to recruit. We want to engage, build relationships. We want to develop, retain, and have success. We're not in the market of buying players, and unfortunately, right now, that's what some guys are looking for. They want to be bought. And look, I understand NIL is part of this, and we have an incredible collective. We have very, very generous opportunities around the greater Baton Rouge area for NIL opportunities. So they are here, but we're not going to go out and buy players. That's not what this is about. This was never about that. We will develop you. We will get you ready for the next step, as we did with Jaden Daniels, as we did with Malik Neighbors, as we did with Brian Thomas. We developed 3 defensive linemen that all got drafted this year, and we'll do that again. But if you're just looking to get paid, you're looking in the wrong place. If you like all the things that we do here in developing our players, bringing you into a championship program, playing in front of the best fan base in America, playing for championships, and having an opportunity for NIL, you should be a Tiger. But if you just want to get paid, this is not the place for you.
Okay, so Kelly was pretty frank there talking about we're not going to buy players. If you want to come here, we're going to develop you, talking about Jaden Daniels, talking about Malik Neighbors, 2 top picks in the NFL draft. But this is the age of college football. You're going to have to fork out some cash. Most kids now are pay for play. And let's be honest, Kelly left Notre Dame because Notre Dame couldn't compete in this newer era of college football. They didn't have the resources or things like that to compete with these top tier schools. So he goes to LSU now. Is LSU failing to put up the NIL money required, or is it just something that these older school coaches just don't necessarily want to deal with? We just saw Nick Saban retire, and he said NIL had a very large impact on him stepping away from the Crimson Tide. Now LSU is doing a good job, or at least a decent job recruiting. Had a decent class 2 years ago, was like 6 in the 7 range. Last year was 11 to 7. But in the 2025 class, they have a top 3 class. I know it's super early. So they're clearly forking out some NIL money to get players to come to Baton Rouge. But I think he just is very opposed to this new model of college football. Now you can say it's backfiring. You have in-conference teams like A&M who spent all the money in the world for top recruiting classes, and that kind of bounced back in their face. But it also allows you to rebuild a program super quickly. You can get top tier guys in the portal, rebuild, reload, and that's something that LSU needs to do. They've been atrocious and abysmal on defense for the last 2 seasons under Kelly. I mean, I know they have back-to-back 10-win seasons, but the defense is just like, yikes, my guy. We're talking bottom 5 in Power 5, it feels like. I mean, horrendous. And this is a school that should be able to recruit any defensive player in the country that they want to. And I don't think that we're going to see these older veteran head coaches last much longer in this era of college football. I think they're getting old. They're getting stodgy. They aren't willing to adjust. They aren't willing to make changes on how they go about recruiting and getting players, because it is pay for play now. We are in the pay for play era. You can bitch and complain about it all you want, but you're not going to be able to get the right amount of talent to compete with these top tier schools if you're not going all in on the NIL, dropping the big bucks to get these players. Now, there is a correct balance. I think maybe if you want to spin this in the most positive way possible, Kelly's talking about there isn't a great class out there in the portal. I don't want to overpay for guys worth what they're worth when we have guys on the team that it could upset the locker room, because guys are going to be comparing what they make now. It's not like the old days where, you know, everybody was getting paid, everybody was getting the stuff under the table. Guys are open about it. They're going to be comparing what he got versus what he got, and they're going to be like, this is bullshit. I committed to you out of high school. I've been productive for you for 2 years, and then you're going to pay this guy a double what I make. It's just, you know, it could very much be that kind of spin. You don't want to upset your locker room. If you're a good player for LSU, we have a ton of NIL fund. You can go get the bag if you want it, but it's an interesting situation down in LSU. I'm more interested as a whole what this is going to mean for this old guard of coaches. I think we're going to see a lot of new young guys stepping into the fold who are ready to adapt to this new NIL world in college football. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Kelly is right in this, or is he stuck in the old ways? I'm really interested to see what you guys think. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We got new sports content every single day. If you want to support the channel more, sign up for a channel membership. You get exclusive access to videos, early access to some videos. We're building that catalog. It helps support me, allows me to keep making this great content for you guys every single day. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.